Good day, fellas. I hope you are ready for your daily dose of skill, and today we are going to have a conversation about the Battle Pass tanks. And not only about the tanks, but what to take from the Battle Pass to begin with, right? So, if you would click on the Battle Pass overall here, you can see that you have the items for tokens, and it doesn't matter you are buying the improved Battle Pass or not, although in my opinion, if it is worth to spend gold or on something in this game, I would say improved battle pass is the right way to do the things. As a matter of fact, many people are preparing for a battle passes by buying the Christmas loot boxes because it's the best value for a person. Love me, hate me, just how it goes. And after that, by having 20, 30, 40,000 gold for upcoming year, right? People are buying the improved battle passes because value is here to be found, right? It's just how it goes. That being said, let's take a look what we can buy, what we can get, and what is worth it and what isn't, right? So now, speaking about the tokens, and in my opinion, what is the best way to spend the tokens? Every and each season, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, you can take one bounty equipment, and I would highly recommend to prioritize it. Doesn't matter you are free-to-play player, you are pay-to-play player, you are pay-to-win player, call yourself however you want to. I think it is one of the most important things to take bounty equipment. Now you may say, Skill, why would I take a bounty equipment now when I can take a bounty equipment later, right? What is the point? Well, the point being is you can buy only one piece. Now, what do I mean by saying this? As you can see, that's it. I cannot purchase more bounty equipment. So, Battle Pass usually contains of the three stages, right? Or maybe seasons, if you will. There is a spring season, right? There is a summer season, and there is autumn season. Those are the three seasons. So over those three seasons, you are getting three bounty equipment pieces. Use them, take them. It is very, very good. Now, let's talk about the tanks. What do I think is worth to pick up? What do I think is kind of a stinker? What to go for and what to do. So the most important thing is there is Mr. Cobra, right? Let's start from the top and let's go to the bottom. I think it is going to be easy. So Cobra, tier 9 medium tank. In my opinion, it is a great vehicle, but please keep this in mind that Cobra will require for you to spam the gold ammunition. And gold ammunition is hash rounds, so pretty much you need to search for a paper vehicles. It's hell of a fun tank to play with, and in my opinion, it's good tank, but it's not for everyone. It is not for everyone, fellas. It is a very, very difficult mother trucker to deal with. Now, where the armor goes of this vehicle, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, we can see the things in this way. So, where the Cobra goes, you want to improve with the Cobra. Feel free to check out the videos which we had with the tank. We had so many of those and nothing changed with the tank. So, this is one of the ways how you can do the diligence, right? Now, where the armor goes of the tank, it's kind of weird one, right? If let's say you are meeting something like phase 1, right, as an example, or concept, whatever, phase won't have any problems in order to penetrate you. It's not the tank with which you may think, yeah, I'm going to have a lot of armor. No, it's not the case. Armor of this vehicle doesn't really exist, and it's just simply not the best vehicle in this department. But what this vehicle is good at, this tank is absolutely amazing at finding the victim and just pew, 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 shooting the living crap out of it. This is where Cobra is definitely shining, right? Now, let's move on. Concept Project 07 Tier 9 Tank Destroyer. Now, this vehicle lately got buffed, and it became quite a bit better tank than it was in the previous seasons because it was a pile of caco and it was a stinker, right? It's just how it goes, it's just how it works. But I don't really think that this tank became, wow, you must have this tank because it is amazing. DPM on the paper looks great. DPM whenever you are going into the siege mode where this tank goes is definitely significantly worse, but at least you have a perfect accuracy. That's great, that's good, everything is fine and everything is Gucci, but it is a triangle nevertheless, and I found myself having better time sniping with something else, for example, Estarva tier 9 or something. Also, what we need to highlight, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, by the way, there is evaluations for many tanks. We are working on this, work is in progress, hopefully you will enjoy this, right? Anyways, where the armor goes, this vehicle, now it looks great armor-wise, right? Everything is completely fine, everything is completely Gucci. Oh, wow, what a vehicle. Yeah. Everything is changing very quickly, as you can see that yourself. Potentially, you can make pressure, but in the same time, if you are meeting someone that is shooting hits, you have no armor whatsoever. So, a rough mother trucker, fellas. Although DPM is there, and I need to give a credit for that, but still, very tricky tank to play with. Moving on next. TS-60 is a tier 9 American tank destroyer, right? And this is a weird thing as well, because with this tank, you kind of need to be aggressive, right? What do I mean by saying this? Even though it is tank destroyer, this tank has abysmal gun handling for a tank destroyer. That being said, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, you need to find a way how to be aggressive. Luckily, you have quite a bit of armor, but once again, armor sometimes is working, sometimes it doesn't. If it happened to be that you met someone who is shooting gold, well, a hashtag never lucky, your armor doesn't really exist. On the positive note, this tank has a great DPM. But once again, it is far away from being ideal tank in my humble opinion. Whenever we will finish rating it, I think it is going to stay at 3 stars or something like this, so it's just not really a great tank destroyer. Pretty much you need to be aggressive, right? That's the whole point, that's the whole dream with this tank. Now, we have a brand new tank, Object 265T, and as an internet beggar or content creator, call me however you want to, I had an opportunity to play with this tank, and I must admit, one session with this tank, first impressions was pretty great, everything is okay, I get the selling point of this tank. And the other session which I played on the stream just to dig deeper about the tank, it was brutal. It was absolutely disgusting, not gonna lie. So at this point it is rated 2 stars, it still may change because I'm not done with it yet, but the tank is far away from being ideal. Now, if you have played with ISM, you know this vehicle pretty well, where the armor goes, where the shape goes, right? It is completely fine. Now, it has a reverse autoloader, so pretty much the whole goal is to get somehow close to the enemy, slap him 3 times, and play with a, like, this tank would be a normal tank. This is the proper play. Where the armor goes of this vehicle, it doesn't feel that bad. Lower plate is 200mm thickness, it's okay. You can kind of side scrap, right? It's not that bad. You can bully the lower tiers, especially whenever you are hiding your lower plate and whatnot, right? And this is the proper angle to side scrap. What is happening whenever you are meeting the tank which is shooting gold? And let's get real, there is a lot of tanks which will simply load the gold and they won't care about you that much. Well, the situation is looking like so. This combined with inaccurate gun, yeah, this is a rough experience. I don't think it is a great tank. I don't really think it is worth it. I think you would feel significantly better by taking something else, right? Now, moving on next, Lorraine 50T. It is another tank that got buffed lately, and it feels tiny touch better than it was before. I still haven't rated this vehicle on the index page, but I can promise you that it is not a heavy tank. The problem of this vehicle is the DPM, if I remember this correctly, and the problem is lack of armor. Skill lack of armor, show me the armor. Look, if you would take a look into all of this, this is very laughable. 150 armor, upper plate. Yes, upper plate is stronger than lower plate. yeah, it feels pretty bad. You cannot side scrap, you cannot play aggressively with this tank. Potentially you can try to play hull down, right? That's great, minus 10 degrees of the gun depression, but in the same time, you know, it's not going to be the best tank in the world of tanks, I can guarantee you that. Luckily Ricochet scan doesn't show anything too bad, that is something, but you know, it's not your typical tank to make pressure. So it is more likely a medium tank, although I need to give a credit, the gun handling can hit whenever you are fully aiming, so this is definitely beneficial thing, right? It felt a bit better than it was before. Do I recommend to take it from the Bond tanks? Not really, or I suppose to say the Battle Pass tank, sorry. Not really, I would not recommend to take a look at it. Now, Baza 58. I played with this tank lately, I marked this vehicle, it is a weird one, and I can tell you exactly what is so weird about this tank. The lower plate is making this vehicle unbearable. The overall armor, looking into the armor, that looks kind of alright. I mean, holy bananas, there is some ricochets and everything. You have two cupolas, so it's like Tishkevich-like. We are talking about the turret, tier 9 Polish heavy tank. It's completely fine, it's completely alright. Looking into the ricochet scan, yeah... You had no clue, did you? So pretty much whenever you are getting shot here or whenever you are getting shot here, your shells will ricochet and do damage. So the perfect way to check out the things, right, if you want to know those epic weak spots and whatnot, is to use the ricochet scan or the full scan, and you can see exactly how the tank is looking like. Now, where the gun goes of this vehicle, right, it did not felt bad for this alpha damage. It has 520 alpha damage, and it actually felt kind of okay. I was even gaming with a hardening turbo and rammer. It was kind of alright. But now we will come to the bad bit. Yes, 100 millimeters thickness. What that means, it's a tier 9 tank. And the thing is, the lower plate isn't small. The lower plate is humongous on this tank. So what you need to do, you need to make sure to hide it all the time, right? And you kind of can side scrap with this tank, although you have a weak shoulder, which is very easy to penetrate. Look, like 100 millimeters thickness will penetrate. As a matter of fact, you can go as low as a bloody tier 5 medium tanks, right? And you can see that even tier 5 can slap the living crap out of this mother trucker, especially whenever loading gold, right? So this is a bit of the difficult thing. But other than that, it's not a horrible tank if you understand how to hide the lower plate, right? The gun slabs by the humongous margin. At least this is how I look into all of this. Next tank, TT 130. Now this is going to be an interesting one as well, because this tank has armor, but this tank doesn't have gun, right? This is a Czechoslovakian tier 9 heavy tank with a rocket boosters. Yes, Czechoslovakian heavy tank with a rocket boosters. It's not Chinese, but what can I say? This is the logic of wargaming. We are not questioning it. We are saying, okay, that's what we are saying. So now, looking into this tank, the worst bit of this vehicle is the gun. Gun handling is brutal, and you need to be all the time close in order to make it work. Although I have a game with this tank which I'm going to show you lately. Whenever we hit everything on the move, not on the move, we were slapping everyone. But it is very rare occasion to have the game like this. It's like a pure luck, if you know what I mean. It's just... Anyways, let's focus on the positives. Positives is armor. This vehicle truly looks great armor-wise. It truly does, fellas. Looking into all of this, you can kind of side scrap, you can even peek frontally, you know, apart couple of the weak angles here. Cupola is a bit annoying, but it's not the end of the world. It's completely fine. You can side scrap. If you are meeting someone that is shooting heats, as an example, phase 1, even with heats, he won't be able to penetrate your front that easily, which is great, and it is fine. So this tank, selling point is armor, but gun, I can promise you that you can be the most patient person in the world. You will hate this vehicle where the gun goes. It is truly brutal. So you need to be aggressive just to maintain the distance, right, between you and enemies. Moving on next, ERAC 105 Proto. There is no point even to show the armor of this tank because it's paper. I have played with this vehicle quite a bit. It looks like a hybrid between the light tank and sniper schnitzel, something like this. This vehicle did not impress me by any shape or any form. As a matter of fact, I would say it is one of the worst tier 9 light tanks if we are looking into this as a light tank. Definitely do not recommend, and it comes from the lover of the light tanks. Fellas, I have a crush on light tanks. My favorite class in the world of tanks is light tanks, and I cannot stand this tank. Truly brutal experience and not so great, fellas. Now, moving on next, Mr. Char Futur. Arguably, one of the better tanks to pick from the battle pass, in my opinion. This tank has a pretty great gun. You can be a spotter with this vehicle as well if you are going for a spotting build, that being CVS, optics, low noise exhaust system or whatever, you know, but CVS and optics is the best thing to combine together. Armor surprisingly sometimes can work, and the main reason why the armor can work is because it has some ricochet angles, right? So that is good. That is fine. You will get some random bounces, which definitely feels pretty good and pretty nice, at least in my opinion, right? Combining it with autoloader, it is pretty good combination of the things, and I want to believe that this vehicle is one of the community favorite tanks, right? It just simply works. Moving on next, Key 91 Tank Destroyer. Key 91. This is also quite an interesting one, and I actually want to believe that it is pretty solid vehicle as well. Many people may not like it, but for some reason I enjoy it, and most likely we are going to have a YouTube video soon about this tank. The tank itself, where the minuses goes, the hull is paper, right? So pretty much everyone can penetrate you into the hull. Well, maybe lower tiers can't. I'm talking about the tier 7s, but overall, most of the folks will be able to penetrate you. But what is the selling point, this superstructure here? So if you can hide this, you can actually be pretty aggressive with this vehicle and you can have a great time. Speaking about the ricochet scan, nothing too crazy, nothing unusual, right? And plus on top of that, you can actually snipe from the back with this tank. It's not the best sniper schnitzel, but it will do the job nevertheless. On the downside, what is actually pretty bad, it has only 30 amount of demolition, so I think this is a bad thing, and I think Wargaming should take a look at it. But other than that, not a bad tank. I would definitely recommend it. Now, Object 777. I think it is one of the better picks for a newer player in the game. And the main reason why I would recommend it for a newer player in the game, purely because of the armor. What you can do with this mother trucking tank is pretty decent, especially against the lower tiers. If you would pay attention at the ability to side scrap and whatnot, you can kind of do that without bigger problems whatsoever. Sure, if someone will shoot the gold, well, good luck. You have cupolas, you have the forehead, you have the cheeks, you can get penetrated, right? But where the new player experience goes, this is as friendly as you will get from the battle pass tanks. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that this tank is good. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that it is one of the friendliest picks for a newer player. And obviously, as you can see, you want to play hull down with it. That's exactly what you want to do in order to have some fun. And by the way, if you did not know that, you can penetrate this tank around the gun mantlet, especially if you are loading gold. It's easy peasy lemon squeezy. But in order to penetrate this tank, you need to know the weak spots. Moving on next, Kunze Panzer. This is a hard one. I personally cannot stand Kunze Panzer by any shape or any form. I would highly recommend to check out the note over there. And yes, like I said, we are working on the notes for every and each vehicle. The tank is paper. You can look however you want to. It's absolute paper. It has a siege mode. This vehicle has a siege mode, which is giving you better accuracy, but then you are sacrificing DPM, but then you are gaining the gun depression, but then you have a lower speed. What a diarrhea it is to play for me. On the other hand, you can have extremely good DPM without being in the siege mode, but then you are going to have a very derpy gun handling and it's not going to be fun, right? For me personally, I truly want to highlight this. I can't stand this tank, even though some people are saying that the tank is fine, the tank is good, the tank is amazing. For me, I just simply cannot look at it. I'm sorry, it's just one of the worst tanks for me. And last but not least, where the tanks goes, phase 1, one of the best picks in my opinion, where the battle pass store goes, right? It is a nice tank and there is nothing to complain about it. Also probably one of the better picks for not so experienced players. We lately played with the tank, it was enjoyable experience, it was fine, it was very, very good. Now, what is the goal with this tank? Obviously, playing hold down, you can kind of side scrap, although you need to keep in mind you have a weak shoulder, and if someone will shoot the gold ammunition, you know, then armor doesn't really matter, but overall playing hold down is pretty sweet and pretty nice. All and all, right? The gun handling is okay. You have 340 hits, play hold down, and you will shred everyone in front of you. Truly, pretty good tank even to this day. And after that, whenever you are done picking the tanks and whatnot, right, keep this in mind, you can finish everything with economic reserves or 100 bonds. I usually take the credit boosters just because they are hard to come by, right? That's what we have from the tanks. Let's take a look what we have left apart the tanks, right? Because we have a new system now. Okay, how are you finding Battle Pass WoT? You are going to the same page wherever you are finding the tokens, but you are clicking on the WoT, right? And there you have a customization options of the 2D styles, right? So you're just simply purchasing it here. I think it costs the chips which you are getting for completing stages or continuing the circuit, or however Wargaming is calling it, pretty much permanent grind, right? You have the options for 2D styles. If you are into that, you can pick whatever you want. Decals if you want to make your tank more pretty, and if it is your style. In my opinion, 2D styles are okay, 3D styles is okay. I am not really understanding those decals, but that's only me. Now, I would highly recommend to take the crew members. Even though they do not have the skill, right, or the 0 perk skill, you have 3 skills trained, so you can prepare for whatever is coming in the future in the world of tanks. That being said, new line or something else, whatever, you will have the crew member sitting in the garage, or premium tanks, or overall you are grinding the lines for yourself, right? It's good to have. I would recommend to take the crew members for those seals, and after that, whenever you finish the crew members, right, just claim whatever you can from the bonds. Also, very important thing to highlight, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, you can pick up some lower tier tanks, right? They are not horrible, they are not bad, they are pretty much copy-pasted vehicle. This is Arl, this is Churchill, and this is the Sherman Easy 8, right? All in all, a lot of things to get, a lot of things to do. Where the battle pass goes, it is quite a grind. Obviously, to progress with it the most, you need to complete daily missions. I hope you found this video interesting. I hope you found this video great. I try to do my best to explain the tanks, where to spend the resources and whatnot. If you did, remember, you can always motivate us by leaving the thumbs up. Thank you very much for that. And obviously, big fat thanks for patrons who are supporting this disgusting mother trucker and who are supporting the index page as well. It is our pleasure and it is our honor to entertain you and to give everything what we are giving. You are clicking on the patron here, subscribe, and we have over 130 members already, which is absolutely glorious and absolutely amazing. Thank you, fellas. I very much appreciate you. That being said, thank you and see you soon. I'm out for today. Peace.